So Latifi called out Cormier for the light heavyweight title. And I see guys making this mistake a lot. Right, I saw Shogun make it. Now, Shogun's was a little more justified because Cormier said his name first and said, I'm going to fight Shogun. So Shogun's was a little more justified, but I saw Latifi calling for it, and I've seen Gustafsson calling for it, and these guys are playing checkers when they got to be playing chess, right? They're thinking one move ahead instead of 3 and 4. They have to don't even let Daniel Cormier's name come out of your mouth. He's not going to respond. You're not going to get the fight. You're going to look a fool. You have to understand, if you ever do a call out and you don't get the fight, you look weak. And I don't mean that you look physically weak. You look weak with your power within the business. If you don't have power within the business, you don't have respect within the business. If you don't have respect within the business, you're not going to get the fights you want. If you're not going to get the fights you want, don't ask for them. Calling out Daniel Cormier being a light heavyweight is a sucker's move and is a checker player move. Daniel Cormier, as sure as night follows day, never returns to 205 pounds again in this lifetime. There is never a time that he will be alive on this earth that he will weigh 205 pounds. To recognize that, you can then make a logical assumption that they're going to put the title on the line. Daniel Cormier will be stripped soon. The title will be on the line. So the best thing that you could do is try to figure out who is going to be in that fight and make sure you're standing across from that person. In my opinion, that's going to be Alexander Gustafsson. I can't prove it. I can just tell you, if I was trying to think of an effective strategy, I wouldn't even talk title. Wouldn't even bring up the title. Wouldn't show everybody my hand in the least of what I really wanted. Because for some reason, fans, once they know what you want, then they want to turn on you. Right? For some reason, you have to fool the fans. You can never be honest with the fans. You can never come out and go, here's what I think is going to happen. I think DC is going to be stripped. Had a hell of a time making 205 his whole career. Now he has no motivation to make 205. He's got this Brock Lesnar thing coming up. He's probably just going to sit out until then, regardless of what he says. But even if he doesn't sit out, he's not coming back to 205. So, I'm going to go ahead and go after Alexander Gustafsson. Oh my gosh. Daniel got stripped. Oh my gosh, this is for the championship? I had no idea. Wasn't my intent at all. I just wanted to fight Gustafsson. You can't tell the fans the truth. The one thing that a fan hates is the truth. Fans get very jealous. They don't want anybody to get what they want in this life. Even if they're fight fans, they don't want fighters to get what they want in this life. So you can't ever tell them what it is you really want. You just have to think ahead and understand that title's going to be up for grabs. Gus is the most likely guy to be in that fight, one half of it, if you're going by paper and if you're going by fan appeal, which is all you do need to go by. So you need to be calling out Gus. If you want to fight for a world championship, you need to be calling out Gus. That is how I would do it. That is my opinion. Offer me what you think. But I'll tell you the elephant in the room that nobody wants to speak about is Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson's coming back. It's just always been believed that if he came back, he would come back at heavyweight because he had the Daniel Cormier issues. Well, all of a sudden, Daniel Cormier is gone. John Jones is gone. It was a pretty clear three-man race at 205. There was a meaningful gap between 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Two of the guys are gone. I would think that Rumble Johnson would slide back in. I mean, I would think that's a possible, very possible, that he would come back, but he would do it at 205, even though his plan was to come back at heavyweight. I'm speculating on that one. But when Latifi or anybody else, and I love the call out, I love the courage and want to fight Daniel and all these things. Just be armed with the fact that the fans don't want you to get your way, ever. So you can't turn to the fans and say, give me Daniel and give me a title shot. Particularly when Daniel is never coming back to that weight class. Now's the opportunity to go build a fight with the number one contender, which is Alexander Gustafsson. Even if Daniel does come back, that's still the number one contender. Doesn't mean it's the fight that will happen, but that's the number one contender. So think ahead, know DC is gone, and go after the right guy.